Hello and welcome to today's Just Chopsing Podcast. And today with David and myself we have Adam Rigg. And Adam Rigg is from The Bad Day. And it's not the blues band anymore.
No, that's it, The Bad Day. Hello.
Bad Day.
Oh,
hello.
How you doing,
Adam?
I'm very well, guys. An awesome pleasure to come and have a chat with you.
Yeah, good man. So
Are you a Geordie or you're a fucking Mackem?
I'm neither. I am a monkey hanger,
What's that?
which is from Hartlepool, which is near. Very
Oh,
near.
right, okay.
Yeah, Hartlepool's near Sunderland and near Newcastle. So yeah, but they call us monkey hangers.
Oh, right. Oh, really? Okay.
I've not heard that expression before now.
No,
There's a very long and boring story behind it, which I won't bore you with. You can check it out. Check it out why they call us monkey hangers.
Oh, right, okay.
Is there something to do with the industry that was up there, is there?
No, they hung a monkey.
They hung monkeys in Hartlepool.
They hung. You're tricking me into telling you the story now. I refuse to, but basically, they hung a monkey because they thought it was a French spy. That's the short version.
Oh, okay.
In the
Okay,
war, I
so
take it.
In, I think, Napoleon times, I think.
Oh.
so while you were sort of like dunking witches and stuff like that up there as well, were you?
Yeah, bit of witch dunking, monkey hanging, I don't know.
That's pretty bizarre, mine, isn't it?
Mental. It's totally mental, but it's a good story, I guess.
Yeah, cool. So I think we ought to start by just understanding a bit why you've changed the name of the band.
Well, yeah, we were called the Bad Day Blues Band for a couple of years, but kind of if you've heard the new album, which I think you guys have now, you can't really call it blues, can you? I don't know what the bloody hell you would call it, what genre you would call it. It's kind of like, well, it's a concept album, so it's a bit kind of prog-ish, but it's got a blues harmonica and it's rock, but it's got some like kind of classic songwriting kind of structures on it. So it is what it is, but we're not really just a blues band anymore. So, and also it was just, the name was just a bit long and annoying and you get it wrong all the time. And so we just thought we'd shorten it.
Okay.
Were you afraid of being pigeonholed into
Well,
one genre?
that was kind of like where we were thinking, yeah.
You know, like it's so weird. It's like I've learned a lot about like kind of the industry and stuff, and how like different people, they just insist on pigeonholing you no matter what. Like the traditional blues people, if you've got blues band in the title, they'll listen to it. Even if you just change the name, I mean, we're all the same people. We're playing the same instruments and stuff. But now we've dropped blues band off the title. They don't want to know. And likewise on the rock field, they didn't want to know previously when we had blues band on, because they just go, oh, they're a blues band. Now we've locked that off. You know, they're more than happy to listen and give us reviews and stuff. It's just very strange, isn't it? How it's the old book by the cover type thing. But
Yeah.
But yeah, we've shortened it down. It was a bit of a big decision to make, because it was like, oh, we've done all that work with the thing. It's kind of like starting from scratch now.
Yeah. Well, you've got that equity in your old name.
Yeah. Well,
If you release an album as well, you know.
Well, exactly. I mean, like the first album we did, which was under the name The Bad Day Blues Band, obviously, like on Spotify, we were called The Bad Day Blues Band, and you can't change your Spotify profile name, for example. So they won't let you. So we had to create a new. It's all to do with metadata and stuff. I guess because the songs that have been uploaded have got that name in the metadata of the actual track when you upload it, something like around that. So you can't change your Spotify name. So we had to start a whole new profile and with a different name. So it's kind of like starting from scratch, to be honest. But we just had to. So
yeah, you could have took them songs down actually and then re-uploaded them.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the first album was on two different record labels.
Okay.
That's where it gets confusing, and they obviously they earn their money from that. They wouldn't want us to take it down. But this new album we haven't signed with the same labels, so
Okay.
yeah, it's complicated. But
Yeah, you're a man of many.
Many names.
Well, apart from many names, many different avenues. With a look at it, it's like, you know, Adam Kite, Adam Rigg, the Bad Day Blues Band, Bad Day, record label 1, 2, and 3. I mean,
Yeah,
where's it going to end?
Definitely made it difficult for my research, buddy. I gotta be honest.
It's keeping you on your toes. That's all it is.
Definitely did. He did. Yeah.
Are you Diana Rigg's son?
No relation to Diana Rigg. No.
Oh,
Oh, that would have been awesome,
that would have
wouldn't it?
told us a lot.
Yeah.
Could have been a bit of a spy.
She was in. Was she in,
Definitely Monkey Hanger.
what was she in? She was in
The Avengers?
the Avengers.
And she was in on Her Majesty's Secret Service. She was the only woman ever to marry James Bond.
Ah,
And then she died in the very last scene.
Ah.
And she was in Game of Thrones. She was a big character in Game of Thrones as an old lady in there.
yeah, I remember.
Was
her.
she in Game of Thrones?
She was the fit bird that married both of the kings because she was kind of like that way inclined. Marjorie, I can't
Proops.
think what her name is. She was her mother or grandmother actually. She was the grandmother, I think. She always had like a headscarf on in it. But
Okay. I can't
yeah, she was a bit of an evil witch. She was very good actually in it. Very
Well, they
good.
were all evil, weren't they, in Game of Thrones?
No, not Khaleesi with the dragons.
They were all evil. They were all evil. They were all killing each other anyway. That's evil
Well,
enough.
They were either doing that or having passionate affairs with each other. Yeah.
With their brothers and sisters.
Well, to start with, yeah, and they went outside.
And then they went outside
every now and again.
did it with their children.
So quickly getting back onto music. So your first album, Table by the Wall. So that came out. Was that 2017 then? 2018?
Oh, that was only last year.
Was that last year? Was it?
Yeah, it took us a couple of years of just messing around really to kind of get in a position where we wanted to do an album and got a couple of labels interested. So yeah, it took us. Yeah, I think it was last year.
Literally.
Okay.
Yeah, it took us a while. We were just, we just enjoyed playing so much live and stuff. We were doing that. We really only got around doing the album when the old COVIDs happened, and then we couldn't really play.
Okay.
We couldn't really play live so much anymore. So we're like, oh, okay, we better do the album then, I suppose. So then that forced us into doing that first album. So yeah, it was only about a year ago, I think, a year and a half maybe ago.
Okay. So when you played at the Isle of Wight festival, then because you played two dates in a row or 2 years in a row, was you playing tracks off that debut album at that festival? Yeah.
Yeah. That was that's not a blues festival, is it? That's I don't know, pop rock festival, Isle of Wight, isn't it? I guess.
It's an everything festival, isn't it?
They do it. Yeah, it's
They do
cross
a covers
genres, don't
stage
they?
as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we just did a kind of rock set really for that original rock set. So yeah, there was stuff off the first album mainly. I don't think we'd written this new album, this concept album. We hadn't started writing when we played the Isle of Wight. Yeah, we played that 2018, 2019. We did that.
Yeah, just before lockdown. Yeah.
Good festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
cool.
going for a long time, isn't it? 30 years or something.
Yeah.
Maybe longer.
Yeah.
Maybe early 70s it started, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I almost had an interesting fact about the first person, but it's gone from my aging memory now. I can't remember. But yeah, Hendrix was famous one, wasn't there? And I think did the Who do
Oh, Isle of Wight, yeah, of course. Didn't Bob Dylan fly in his helicopter?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Did a Jesus set and flew back off again?
Yeah.
But wasn't that the first time he played electric? And they all booed him?
Might have been, yeah, might have been.
I think that was Isle of Wight Festival, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Because he brought out Planet Waves, didn't he? And one side, the one half of the album was acoustic, one half was electric, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Flip side. And I think Isle of Wight might have been the first time he actually played electric, and I think they booed him off.
Really? What,
think
booed
so,
him
yeah.
off? So he
Off.
left the stage, or?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, what a...
Because he was like folk. Because he disappeared, didn't he? Because he broke his neck in a motorbike accident. And then when he came back, he became this other persona. If you look at the older, I don't know, these rock stars become different personas.
Or like Prince.
Yeah, and all of them do, don't they?
Yeah.
And he became this different persona of this more. He wanted to lean more towards electric rock rather than acoustic folk. And going back to what you said, Adam, about people putting you in a pigeonhole, all the acoustic folk people were up in arms about it, and all the electric folk people didn't really take him under their wing either. Electric rock people didn't take him under their wing either, because he was a acoustic folk singer, you know.
Mm.
So I think he got booed off.
Yeah, I never been big into him. I gotta be honest.
Oh, I love Bob Dylan.
I know you do. Yeah.
I also have millions of his albums.
Yeah, I
On
don't.
vinyl.
You don't do a lot for me.
You should. He's a fantastic songwriter. So
Yeah.
I'm not massively into him, I must admit, but I find like your music taste change, isn't it, as you get older? Like recently, I've been discovering like people like Elvis Costello,
oh right, yeah, he's
who
good.
I used to hate.
Oh right,
All,
okay.
all of a sudden, the other week, it was like just clicked. I was like, oh God, yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he? I was like, why did I hate him for so long? Or like David Bowie was the same. I used to hate him, and then the other month it just kind of clicked.
Yeah. So some David Bowie stuff is brilliant, but some of it's garbage as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never really understood him because I know like he's loads of people love him, and my father-in-law really loved David Bowie, as you know, all his earlier stuff as well. And yeah, I never felt he was a very good singer. If I'm honest, I never thought his voice was that good. But I know, you know, other stars that I really like love David Bowie, and I think he's absolutely amazing. But I just didn't think he was kind of like the greatest singer in the world. But it don't always mean that, does it? Do you know what I mean? It's,
No,
you know,
Bob Dylan can't sing for shit, can he?
can he? I don't know.
Bob Dylan. Never
Yeah.
listened to Bob. He can't sing for fucking. If he was a beggar on the street, he couldn't sing to save his life.
Well, Johnny Cash is the same. He can't really sing either.
No,
Can he? But
I never
he's
really
massive,
liked Johnny
isn't he?
Cash either.
He's huge.
Well, he's not, but he's doing
What
normal
is he like?
stature.
Was he 4'5"? Was he?
Well, then he'd be bigger than me.
But yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? But then I guess there's probably some people that I'd probably listen to that others would say, yeah, they can't sing, but it's like you said, it's something that resonates with you or clicks with you, and you just like that voice. Do you know what I mean? You like the sound of the voice or whatever.
I think you're right with the singing thing. I think both of those examples is down to the singing why I didn't like that. I mean, like Elvis Costello definitely can't sing, and David Bowie can't sing. I always thought that, but then I think maybe it's like I get a greater appreciation for the songwriting now a bit more, and you realise they're quite good, even though they can't sing. Yeah, they're pretty good songwriters, and they're a bit quirky and a bit different. It's not the one, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to listen to a Bob Dylan album, I would suggest you listen to Tangled Up in Blue, is it? I think it's called Tangled Up in Blue.
All right, I'll check it out because I've never really listened to him, so I haven't given him a fair crack. Do you know what I mean?
I can't. No, it's called Blood on the Tracks. There's a song on it called Tangled Up in Blue. The album's called Blood on the Tracks. If you're going to listen to one album by Bob Dylan, listen to Blood on the Tracks.
Okay.
It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just take into appreciation the songwriting on it. It's
Yeah,
class.
because he can't sing.
No, he can't.
So there's hope for me still.
Yeah, but you
But I
can't
can't.
play guitar or play harmonica, Dave.
No, and I can't write songs.
You can't write a fucking book, a diary, let alone anything else.
I could be the next Justin Bieber. You never know, because he can't fucking sing. But he can dance though, can't he?
I don't know, can he?
Well, I expect he can't he?
I don't know.
And he can puke on people on stage, which I could definitely do that after a couple of years.
I'm pretty sure you've done that. I'm going to sign you up, Dave. I'm going to sign you up.
We'll do it. So you've got a concept album due out very, very soon. So I've checked out the first couple of tracks on it. So Wake Up Carolina and Devil's Lullaby. So they're really cool.
Yeah.
I still think they're quite bluesy, mine. I got to be honest, because it's still to me, it's kind of like it is hard to like pigeonhole in it. But so I'd say it's definitely influences of rock in there, bit of soul, bit of folk, a lot of rock. So it's I can understand why you don't want to be pigeonholed. So I get that.
Yeah, I just don't think you've got I don't think you've got much choice really, have you? When you're like we don't go, oh, we're a blues and let's write a blues song. It's just what comes out just comes out really, and we don't really have much choice in it, to be honest. So it just is what it is. Funnily enough, I've literally just finished an interview with a blues specific magazine just before chatting with you guys, and they said
that's why you were late.
Yeah, the blues magazine's always late, always running late. But they said it sounded nothing like the blues. It sounded like the Clash.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't get that from it.
I don't. I don't even. I think I could name you one Clash song. I have no idea, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't know what genre you'll call it. Prog blues rock, prog rock maybe with a bit of a little bit prog because all the songs flow into each other. The ones you probably heard, if you've only heard those two, those are radio edits. On the actual album, the tracks don't stop. It starts with "Wake Up Caroline" and it just all flows.
Okay.
I never got sent the album. Did you get sent the album, Dave?
No, I just went on Spotify and checked it out.
I'll ping you the album over so you've got it. So yeah, it's like written in two parts really. We wrote it like for vinyl really.
I was going to say an A and a B side.
Yeah, so all side A is all one, and it kind of goes up and down in different keys and tells a story. And then side two is side two, and it kind of finishes the story off. On the
Okay.
So what's made you think of doing a concept album then, rather than just kind of like a normal standard album?
It started with the track "Devil's Lullaby." I wrote that, and that's like not all our songs are all story orientated, like like I don't know, Springsteen or something like that, like a songwriter that does story type songs. But that one it had a definite story about these kind of like two musician lovers. I actually originally wrote it wasn't going to be for the band. It was going to be like a duet song, a bit like that Pogues song where they're having an argument.
Yeah,
Christmas one.
Oh, the Christmas one.
Fairy Tale of New York or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Well, that's been banned.
Yeah, there's a gap in the market. Perfect. But no, it was originally going to be a bit like that, but also there was a Pink song I really liked, which was definitely not blues, like pop, I guess. She did a duet with some guy, and it was like just a really well written song. So I wanted it to be like a duet. But then I took it in the studio. We ended up doing with the band. Sounded nothing like it, and we were like, oh, there's more of that story to tell, though, isn't there? So then we wrote like a bit after that, which was the track after it. And then we kind of, there's a bit before as well. And we thought, let's just do the whole album as like that story, the concept of that kind of relationship running through the album.
Oh, cool.
You definitely need to listen to Blood on the Tracks.
Is that a concept album, is that?
It's not really a concept album, but the whole album is like a bit of well, not really, but he wrote it when he was getting divorced. So there's a lot of that influence over the songs as well. It's a really good album. It's amazing.
So what's your influence for your songs then? Because you're definitely too young to be divorced. Well, you look too young to be divorced anyway.
Oh, you're very kind.
Maybe I shouldn't ask her.
You haven't seen him without his hat on.
Yeah.
Probably bald.
I'm 97.
97.
I've lost 7 times. No, influences. Well, yeah, I mean, blues rock, I guess, was what got me into. Actually, music. I got into music from the Beatles. Really, that was my first kind of foray into music, and then like 60s and 70s bands, and bands like Cream and Jack Bruce and Clapton, and like a bit of Hendrix, the Rolling Stones, kind of 60s, 70s rock, Free, and then I do like all this stuff. I don't listen to a lot of modern music. Saying that, I do like some modern rock bands. There's a band called Rival Sons who I really dig. They're probably my favorite modern band.
Yeah, quality there.
I like modern bands because I'm in a modern band. Obviously, I get very bitter and jealous if I see any of them doing better than this. But sometimes you see someone who's just got so much talent, you just got to go, okay, yeah. And like Rival Sons, Jay, the singer, is just on another level, isn't he? So
a phenomenal voice, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky enough. I used to do a bit of radio hosting, and I was lucky enough to interview Todd, the keyboard player from Rival Sons.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Cracking lad, cracking band. So yeah, they're probably my favourite modern band. But other than that, influences all old classic stuff. Really like Steve Marriott, from Humble Pie.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, a lot of, like I said, we don't know how old you are, but a lot of younger musicians that we speak to refer back a lot to 60s, 70s.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Music.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they were probably the most influential periods of modern rock and blues, if you like.
Definitely, yeah.
And a lot of it was breakthrough as well. It was the time of breakthrough, wasn't it? It was like because nothing up until the 50s was anything like rock and roll, And then Chuck Berry came out with his bit of rock and roll, and then it sort of snowballed from there into a few copycats, and then came Elvis Presley, but then when the 60s came with the Beatles and the Stones and the Who, if you like, it was another breakthrough. It was another turn of the key in modern music, but we don't see that so much anymore. There's nothing
it's all
new.
crap. That's why all the new shit coming out is crap. It's fucking Ed Sheeran, isn't it? I go on about him every single podcast, talking about his fucking dog dying and stuff.
Yeah, but listen,
You're rap
you're
shit.
fucking
It's
nicking
just...
my fucking train of thought.
Sorry.
Because going back to pigeonholes, everything is still being pigeonholed, because now you've got people being put in the new wave of classic rock or the new wave of heavy metal, when instead of just calling it heavy metal or rock, everything has to go in a fucking hole somewhere and put a label on it. And it's just like, well, because I never understood this new wave of classic rock thing, have I?
No, you haven't, no.
I'm like, what the fuck is all that about?
It's just got everybody, it's basically anybody that's been releasing stuff
in the last 10 years.
In 10 years. So you can have a band that's been going for 100 years, they release a new album, they could change their name of their band, and now they're new wave of classic rock, I guess. I don't know. I don't quite know how it works either, really, because like when I post our podcast in there, I guarantee they'll be okay with you, because you guys are you're relatively new in the last 5 years. But if I post a Little Angels track or I don't know, a Kiss track or anything like that, they'd be like, no, we're not interested in that. It's not a new wave.
Yeah,
but wait, it's not new wave, is it? It's just rock.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. So we'll piss them off now. They'll exile us from their website or their Facebook.
But we have spoken about this before. It's just, I just don't get it. It's like
no, because when I go to festivals, I mean, I've seen you guys are on a lot of festivals coming up. So you're on like Love Rocks, Wildfire, STMS, and there's a collection of different genres of music on this, and none of them are all pure rock. None of them are pure heavy metal. None of them are pure blues. It's like and that's why when you go to a festival, that's what you want, isn't it? You want like a different collection of music, because I certainly when I go to festivals, that's where I find all the new bands that I like to listen to. So I might go to watch. I know you're playing one with Scarlet Rebels, and I'm a massive Scarlet Rebels fan. And then you go there and, you turn up early and you're kind of like polishing up the barrier because you want to be up front to watch them. And then you're seeing all these other acts coming on. You're thinking, these are good as well. And, and that's kind of like where you find all these new bands.
Yeah. I mean, you need that break. You need a flow, don't you? And it's not like you can't go and watch Motorhead play the same set 10 times after fucking another. You know what I mean? With this, like, for that was an example, but it's not going to be Motorhead 10 times, but you don't want to go to a festival and just watch 10 bands that are playing all the same music. You want a break, and you want it to go up and down and take you to different places. Like
definitely, yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I think that's helped us like get some festivals because we're a bit bluesy. The good festivals, like you said, they want a little bit of something different, don't they?
Yeah.
So like that's enabled us to get some of the rock festivals. And the other way as well, the blues festivals, because I think because they want some not just blues, they want something a bit edgy as well. So
because you have got the rock and have you played at the Rock and Blues? Because I've never been to that festival, and I do wonder whether they kind of like alternate between rock and blues, or whether they have pure blues and pure rock, or I've never seen. I've seen like the T-shirts. So when I go to like Steelhouse or I go to Planet Rockstock or whatever, I see a lot of T-shirts with Rock and Blues Festival on. But I've never ever, sort of like had a look into it really and to see when it's happening.
I think we're playing. I don't know which one you mean really. We're playing in Carlisle Blues and Rock Festival. I think at the end of this year.
Okay.
I don't. There's so many. I don't lose track. But yeah, I love festivals. They're great fun. I play them every day if I could. Not that I don't like the little club gigs as well sometimes, but the festivals are just a good laugh, aren't they?
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
But then,
you want to tap up Mikey, doesn't he? Wants to get in contact with the boys of Steelhouse because that's a cracking festival. It's only up the road from me, and they're the same. They'll have like an acoustic set every now and again. Then they mix it up with a blues band, some heavier, never heavy metal. I wouldn't class it as heavy metal, but definitely heavy rock bands as well, and then some lighter rock bands, and then even back to kind of like the more traditional spandex bands as well. Do you know what I mean? They do have a bit of an eclectic mix, which is great, and to me that's probably one of my favourite festivals, to be honest. Although it's always pissing down with rain, so you need to wear wellies when you go up there and a mac, because you guarantee it's going to rain on one of the days, if not all of them.
Steelhouse, all right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, because I don't think they've fully announced the lineup yet. So there's a few more bands that are coming out, and you need to sort of like put your name in the pot, because there's so many, when bands are getting COVID, they're having to pull out, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's still kind of like a thing, isn't it? This, where people aren't allowed to play if they have got COVID. So get your name out there. And I haven't bigged them up for a while, have I? But we got our Nick. So I got two venues very close to me. One's a Dragonfly, probably holds about 100 people. Nice small venue. And then we got another one then, which is further up the road, called the Patriot in Crumlin, which again, that'll probably all around about 200, maybe 300 people.
350, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, and that's a really, really nice venue, that is. So check those out as well and get yourself up here, because I've been checking you're miles away from me. I don't even know where Harrogate is. I've heard of half of these places. I don't tend to venture out of Wales very often. If I do, it's normal. I dip my toe into Bristol.
Harrogate is on the way to Dover, isn't it? Is it that way?
Harrogate is, no, I think it's northeast. I think.
North. Fucking miles out.
But yeah, like I said before you came on air, I like that expression. So before you came on, I've been listening to your music and I really like it, mate. I really do like it, because I said to Terry, I'm a bit of a fan of kind of like folky blues stuff, like I mentioned earlier on about Goodbye June, who I discovered a couple of weeks ago, and I played them as my band of the week, didn't I? I know I'm going on one now, it's because I've started having a beer. And the Blues Traveller Band as well, I really enjoy them.
You never discovered Goodbye June?
I did.
I did.
Well, whatever, I discovered them. I still discovered them. Innit?
Through me.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sure somebody discovered them before you.
Oh yeah, obviously, they've been going for years. They've got like 20 albums out.
Yeah, I know. Carry on, Sarah. I know I've started to go on a bit now.
Yeah, as he fills his face full of beer. But I was a situation over there with Control. Because I said to David, because I live in Holland, Adam. I don't know if you know that.
Oh yeah, he was saying, yeah, it's cool.
If you know watched any of our other podcasts. But last year, they decided, because of global warming, right, they were going to drop the speed limit on the motorway to 70 miles an hour, because usually it'd be around about 80, right? It was like 130k in some areas, and some areas was 120, and some areas was 100. So they decided, because of global warming, they needed to drop the speed limit on all motorways. So they dropped the speed limit to 100 kilometers an hour, right?
So you're on the motorway even longer.
So you're on the exactly.
So you're warming up the environment longer.
Exactly, right? So they, fair enough for that. But now, because of this war in the Ukraine, they've decided we need to save petrol. So they've dropped the speed limit on the motorway again to 90 kilometers an hour, because obviously global warming's gone out the window this year, so they had to find something else. So now they're dropping it to 90, right? And now they've come out with a new thing today, and this just takes the fucking cake, because they're going to try and put an age limit on McDonald's.
What? What do you mean?
They are. You've got an age limit on smoking.
Yeah.
You've got an age limit on going to a pub.
Yes.
Now they're trying to introduce an age limit on going to McDonald's and fast food restaurants.
No way. Just because of the healthy eating and stuff, is it, with the children?
So everyone over 40 can't go, because they'll have a heart attack.
Can't go?
No, it's for kids.
What are they going to do with a Happy Meal?
I don't fucking making an unhappy meal for the old age pensioners.
That's unreal, isn't it? I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah, it's getting out. It's getting out of hand, man. This is fucking. Where are they going to stop? Like,
I've not heard of that in this country, and maybe it's just.
no, it's just over here. It's one of the political parties have decided today. This is the new thing.
So they're trying to push it through, are they, or is it being?
Oh
pushed
yeah, they're
through?
going to try. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They've already tried to do the 90. Well, they've done the 90 kilometers an hour thing, I think. So now it's no more chips and Big Macs for you if you're under 18.
That's mad, isn't it? That's kind of like the demographic they push it to, really. They've got a freaky clown, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just getting fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's it going to end?
I don't know. We talked about control before, haven't we? They're, the way, like with COVID and all the different other things and all that, they do take advantage of stuff, don't they? The government and everything that's going on.
Well, they did it with over here with fireworks, because every year you could just go to the shop, buy shitloads of fireworks. It used to be like in the UK, like 25 years ago, you could go to the shop, buy fireworks, let them all off on New Year's Eve. Happy days. Then about 3 years ago, yeah, it was just before COVID, it was the year before COVID actually, they said, right, there's no fireworks this year, because we want to introduce some safety measures. We'll see how it goes, and if it works, we'll take it from there. Then COVID came, no fireworks, not allowed. The year after, COVID, no fireworks, not allowed. And now it's just like no fucking fireworks anyway. It's just, they find like these different, it's like they're finding different avenues. Like I said, the first one was with global warming, with the speed limit. Now, because global warming's at the back of everyone's mind, there's a war going on, we'll just push it on the war, we'll drop it to another 10 kilometers an hour, and we'll blame the war, Next year they'll blame fucking something else, I expect. I just don't know where it's going to stop.
The media is a funny thing, isn't it? It's like, I'm not a massive conspiracy theorist, really, but like when the COVID came out, that's all you heard of in the news. And then all of a sudden, it seems like it's not an issue. Now there's a war in Ukraine, which is getting a few more clicks on media's websites and things like that. It's a bit more popular. It's like, it's vanished off the face of the earth, when I'm sure it hasn't.
No, they don't care now, do they? Wherever I go, nobody wears masks. They want you to lick each other's foreheads and stuff. It's just do whatever you want now.
Well, here's a fact. Shanghai have been in hard lockdown for the last couple of months.
I know. Yeah, I've got with the work I deal with the guys in China, and they're having a real tough time of it.
Yeah, they're not allowed to go out of their fucking door.
No. Whereas I went to Porth Call, Butty Bay on the weekend, and there was 58 zillion people in the arcades playing the 2B machines, licking their fingers and putting it in there, and then I was queuing for over an hour for Burger King with people coughing and spluttering over me, and they just don't give a shit now.
Get it in while you can, Dave. Well, put an age limit on it.
Yes, that's what I but when I went there, I was going to have a Whopper, and they're now vegetable based.
No.
So, yep, the Whopper is vegan.
Is it? It's not over
so
here.
I didn't have one of them. I had an XL double burger with cheese and bacon burger thing, because it was still proper meat. Well, so-called meat, you know what I mean?
Burger King meat, yeah.
Yeah, but the Whopper, because I went back to the caravan and I said to the missus, "You can't have a Whopper, love. I know you wanted a Whopper, but it's vegan, so I'll give you the Whopper
She
later
hasn't
on."
had a Whopper for 30 years, Dave.
No, she haven't. I got to do it twice, but I can't do that now at my age. Oh, dear me.
I don't know.
So it's not good, is it? But
Well.
I got a funny fact.
Go on.
As well. So on our radio show last week, we decided to mix it up a bit. Well, Terry did. Decided to have like lots of silly facts. So I thought I'd keep it going. So my silly fact of the day is dolphins sleep with one eye open.
Okay. That's in case they get attacked by a shark.
Yeah, and that's the reason. So they can actually, dolphins have found a way where they can actually shut down half their brain to conserve energy while they're sleeping, but still stay alert for predators.
See, we had this conversation the other day, and I said they were aliens.
Dolphins,
Yeah,
because they're so smart.
because they're so intelligent, and they use both sides of their brain.
They do, yeah.
Not like people.
No.
Yeah. Now you're talking about some of that has piqued my interest because I'm quite into aliens.
Okay. Are you?
What about octopus?
Well, there's one of the theories. I mean, if you see all these, all the UFO footage that the American government released recently, where there's these things which they're saying I don't know what they are. One of the theories is it's coming from our oceans that we just because we haven't explored there fully. There could be aliens down there and we just don't know what they are.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
A bit like on the Abyss.
Just like on the Abyss. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Meg?
Yeah.
The prehistoric.
Oh yeah.
Megalodon that was. I actually watched the thing the other night I think it was on Netflix, where the guy was called Gardner or Garner, and he wrote a letter to his parents and said that he'd been communicating with these aliens, and he was going to go away on their mothership, and I was in 1980. So he wrote this letter saying that he was going to leave the planet and he's going to be traveling around with them, and on that very night then he disappeared and they haven't seen him since. And then he's up in British Columbia, up in Canada. It was really interesting. And then they found his truck. I think it was like 10 years later or 15 years later, and it had been blown up. And he used to carry dynamite and stuff. And they reckoned he'd been talking to his mate, and he said he wanted to blow his truck up just so everybody would have closure and they wouldn't keep trying to find him because he was going off with these aliens. So they were interviewing his family, and there was obviously members of the family that believed that he's gone with aliens because he was like really switched on, very intelligent fella. And then some of the other guys then, they said they've started mentioning about mental health issues that he had and different things. So they reckon he might have topped himself. But then the other guys were like, no, there's no way he would have done that because he was really fun-loving and outgoing and all that. So yeah, I just come across it on Netflix. I can't remember his name, but I might.
It wasn't James Garner, was it?
No.
I wonder why the Rockford Fowls finished.
Yeah, could have been, yeah. But yeah, it was really, and that was because earlier I'd watched Paul. Isn't it funny how your brain works? So
I was watching that as well.
Yeah, you're on Netflix, you watch one thing and you think, and then someone else comes up that's not really related, but kind of very loosely related to it. And I ended up watching that then because the missus was interested in she watching it as well. But it was only like a 45-minute documentary. Yeah, it was really interesting. Like this guy was really intelligent, but he was adamant there was, other life forms and they'd been visiting us and all that. And they reckon that they communicated with him because he was very intelligent and very switched on. He had left school when he was like 14 or something. Yeah, he'd never got a full education, but mechanically he was excellent, and he rebuilt like steam engines and trains and different things and stuff. So he was really clever and really switched on. And these aliens wanted to take him and travel around the world with him, like
to fix their steam engine.
Yeah, what it was. You need to watch it. It was really good. I'm not doing it any justice, to be honest, but it was a very good documentary. But I wouldn't. I don't close my mind off to believing that there's other stuff out there. Why wouldn't there be? If you believe in the Big Bang, there's more of a chance of it happening more than once, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's got to. I mean, if you think, we're one planet, floating around the sun, and how many suns you can see just by looking up, just with your eyes.
Yeah.
Of course, there is life out there somewhere. It's just
got to be, isn't it?
I mean, it might be little fish swimming somewhere, a gazillion trillion miles away, but there is something out there. We'll probably never.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you believe in evolution, all these different planets are at different stages as well, aren't they? So we're relatively a new planet, really. Our solar system is relatively new compared to a lot of the other ones that they've looked at. Yeah.
No,
so
I think octopuses are aliens.
Why is that then? Why do you think they're aliens? Because they're
also really intelligent.
Yeah.
And they look like aliens.
Do you know what aliens look like?
Because I saw Predator. They don't look fucking like octopus, but have you seen those videos of they put an octopus in a tank and they leave it there, and then they put another tank there with some food in it, and they climb out and go across and climb back in the other tank. Have you seen those?
Yeah, it's just because they're hungry.
Fucking mad, isn't it?
Well, my dog does that. If my
Yeah,
dog's
that's a
in one
fucking
room,
dog that doesn't live in the water.
I put her in one room, and then I
put
put her food in another room, and she goes in the other room to eat the food, and then comes back in this room.
Yeah, but octopus is special, man.
Is that because they predicted the World Cup? Remember that octopus that was predicting the scores?
Yeah.
So they'd have like the flags or something of the two countries that were playing in the World Cup, and the octopus would sit on them, and apparently he predicted every single one right.
Did he?
Yeah, but he never watched the football. He wasn't a fan of it, but he just knew he was going to win.
Preferred boxing. With his 8 boxing gloves on. He's like, I'll have you.
So whenever we get people on who are into UFOs and all, we always ask the same question: do you think we landed on the moon?
Oh, do you know what? It's one of them ones I've changed my mind on. I think we did.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we did. Yeah.
Why?
I just think we did. I think it's a bit much to. I know all the conspiracies about like how it was faked and stuff, and I think it'd be more effort to fake it at that time with the technology they had than it would be to actually do it. I mean, and I think the whole Cold War, I think, fueled it, the passion for it. I think land on the moon. Now, whether there was something on there that they didn't tell us about is a different thing. I think that's kind of likely. But I think we definitely went there. I think, yeah.
I heard something about that the other day. What's this thing that's supposed to be on the moon?
It was a double-decker bus. It was in the.
Oh yeah, Elvis and Hitler were living in there.
It was in the Daily Star, wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, maybe they were trying to build a new solar system. A new
it's going to have minerals and stuff like that on there. So it's probably. I would imagine the real estate value is going to be really expensive as well, isn't it? I'm surprised.
Apparently, it's hollow.
I'm surprised Elon Musk haven't been up there yet to fucking mine it and everything.
Do you think it's hollow?
Back. No, I don't.
Adam?
I don't believe it's hollow.
I heard it was made out of cheese.
Well, I heard a story the other day. I'm not going to tell us who told it, but apparently it's hollow. It's a hollow sphere. And when they landed on it, actually, that was a contradiction, wasn't it? Because he said, no, they didn't land on the moon. And then he said, when they landed on the moon, it rung like a bell.
No, he did say that he believed they did land on the moon.
Oh, yeah, you got the same story as you.
Yeah, so I believe that they landed on the moon, but because of they wanted to make such a spectacle of it, they ended up doing some recording elsewhere to get better shots and better photos and better video footage and stuff, because they wanted to try and wow the planet, you know what I mean? But I agree with you, with the Russians and the Americans, there's no way the USA could have hidden the fact they didn't land there when they were in the Cold War with the USSR. They would have ripped it open and said, no, you're lying. But they've never ever done that, have they, the Soviet? You know what I mean? So that's my sort of like my main basis as to why they definitely landed there, because the Soviets would have said, they would have published all the information. It would have been in the tabloids and everywhere. But so it's interesting. It's interesting.
Well, there's a few things. Once you go down that YouTube rabbit hole of looking at alien stuff, there's a few things that say like when they did land on the moon, there was aliens up there, or like derelict alien bases and stuff, and they just didn't tell anyone about, or didn't report to the public about it.
Could have been. My daughter reckons we haven't been there.
I don't think
she's adamant. My daughter's adamant. She's read into all this stuff, and she's adamant we never went there, because she said there's too many facts against the fact. And then when I speak to my dad, he's adamant we went there, because he's an old man and he saw it on the telly at the time in 1969. But I just think it'd be like you, it's too big a cover up. But I think they did do stuff, and they didn't cover that up very well, and that's why there's so many conspiracies and issues with it. So, yeah.
Yeah, but there's conspiracies about everything in there.
Yes. I don't know
honest.
if it's been on The Simpsons. They normally get everything right, don't they? Did they land on the moon in The Simpsons? 'Cause if they did, that's pretty good, a good basis, isn't it?
Yeah. All right then. All right then, mate. So what have we got coming up? Festivals.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think. Yeah, we're a bit quiet really because we took some time out to write the next album, so we've been doing that. And yeah, so just waiting for festival season really. So I think the first one is Love Rocks, and then we're going to Romania just after that
Okay.
for a big festival with people who's like Beth Hart, if you know her, she's playing, and
All right. Yeah.
and cool people like that. Just yeah, loads of gigs, festivals, writing, recording, all good stuff, man. All good stuff.
Yeah,
Excellent.
cool.
That's good.
Very good. All right then. You got anything left,
Yeah.
Dave?
No, I don't think so. We'll check one of your tracks on the end of the podcast, so everybody can have a listen to you and check you out. And I'll be in contact with my two friends, telling them to get in contact with you to get you over to Wales, but we have to get you up, yeah.
I'd love to go anywhere over near there. Never even been to Wales, so I would love to.
Haven't you?
Never been to.
Oh, God's country, this is.
There's loads of like really cool venues and stuff, so it's only a matter of time before we get over there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say? You said what? Steel House Festival? Did you say?
Steelhouse, yeah.
Patriot? Is that the other one you said?
Patriot, yeah. Dragonfly, and also Planet Rockstock as well. That's in Treco Bay Caravan Park, which sounds really, really glamorous. And it's sort of run by Planet Rock. So the guys, John Norman and the guys from Planet Rock, put that on. It's normally a very good festival.
Oh,
so check it out, and
Depending on who we talk to.
John Norman's the guy that books all the bands for Planet Rock, as far as I know. I'm also friends with a couple of guys from Big Day Productions who put stuff on in Swansea. And I just come back from one of their shows. They did the Sound Bay Festival, and that was a cracking weekend. That was a music. And they had bands on there like Bad Touch, These Wicked Rivers, who are quite bluesy orientated as well, rock blues. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Put a good word in for us, Dave. Anyone
I
you
will do, yeah.
And Tornado, Gary Spiller.
Yeah, we know Gary as well. Yeah, so we've got some friends in the industry. We're getting there slowly, aren't we?
Dave.
We're probably alienating as many as we friend by, but
All right then, mate. We'll let you get off.
Cool. All right, guys. Nice one.
And
Yeah.
When you got something new to tell us,
Yeah.
drop us a message.
I'll send you the album over and stuff.
yeah, cool. Okay.
I think we've got a single coming out in a couple of weeks for the last single before the album. You know, like how you do it nowadays.
Yeah.
You drop them all before the album. So the last one's come out, I think, in a couple of weeks. That's quite a rocky one, so you might like that.
All right, cool.
Cool. Yeah, we'll check it out.
All right.
Okie dokie. Yeah,
Nice
it's
to
been great
talk to you.
chatting.
Yeah, nice to meet you. A bit wacky. Went down a few different avenues today. But we knew it was always going to go like that, didn't we?
I'm
Well,
going to be thinking of an octopus with boxing gloves on all night. Sort of random, but I'm going to be thinking.
All right then. Hey, do you want to stay on a minute? I'll stop recording. Do you want to stay on, Adam?
Oh yeah, cool.
All right, cool. We'll say goodbye then, and I'll just stop recording. All right, goodbye, everyone.
What a way to end the show.
Yes, thanks. It's been great talking to you, Adam. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
Bye.
Ta-da.